Are you in the market for a new home in Las Vegas? Knowing what the home inspector checks for could be the difference between heartache and happiness. Let's dive into the details. Buying a home could be one of the most significant investments you'll ever make, and ensuring that your future is in good condition is critical. So what does a home inspection cover? The home inspector is gonna come in, he's gonna check the heating, the plumbing, the cooling, he's gonna check the roof, he's gonna get up in the attic space and look for structural issues, he's gonna run all of the appliances, and yes, he's going to run your dishwasher. So if you are a seller and you keep certain things, you'd be surprised how often clients keep things in the strangest places. I actually have one situation where my seller kept her bills in the dishwasher. So of course you can see where this is going. The home inspector didn't check the dishwasher before turning it on, and all of her bills were ruined. Keep in mind, if you're having a home inspection, to clear out items so the home inspector can get to the electricals, specifically in the garage, and inspect all systems of the house. A typical home inspection runs somewhere between $300 to $600. And you may still want to have additional specialized inspectors for the pool, or if you're worried about mold, or if there's a septic tank, those will be additional home inspections you'll want to make sure to have. Although we rarely see termites here in Las Vegas, if you're obtaining a VA loan, the lender is going to require the seller to pay for a termite inspection as well. So what about new homes? Do you need a home inspection on a brand new home? Well, you do, and here's why. A lot of things are new, like the appliances and the roof and the windows, so those shouldn't have problems, but you'd be surprised on some of the things that I found. I had one client that had a home inspection, and the inspector found out that the builder did not put insulation in the attic space. It was crazy with the utility bills here. My buyer was very happy to find out about that so the builder could take care of it before he moved in. What we found out later is the builder had not put insulation in any of the new homes in that whole neighborhood and had to go back. So many of the neighbors who had already moved in were inconvenienced later. This can be a big deal. A lot of times inspectors will find things even on new home construction. If you're new to my channel, hi there. Leslie Carver here, your expert guide in the world of real estate with a special focus on Henderson. I'm here to offer advice, insights, and updates when it comes to buying or selling real estate in Las Vegas and Henderson. Please remember to like, subscribe, and click the bell so you get notified when a new video is released. Let's keep going. Not all inspectors are equal. As your realtor, I'm going to recommend hiring an experienced, reputable home inspector, and I have several that I do refer to my clients. You can compare inspectors by looking at reviews and some of their specialties. Read about their qualifications and experience. A good inspector will help you avoid costly mistakes, but also not scare you on minor issues. An experienced home inspector will review the report with you and give you an idea of what's a big concern and what's more of a maintenance issue. When you're going through the home inspection report, it's important to understand how to interpret the certain items. Many home inspectors have a summary page which lists the items that he's become aware of, that lists the items that could be an area of concern. A home inspector can't provide bids, but he can give you an idea possibly of the range of cost and if this is something that should be addressed sooner rather than later. Things that are a big concern could be roof, not just slip tiles or cracked roof tiles, but major roof concerns or an HVAC that might need replacing. Those could be very expensive items to fix in the future. Surprisingly, some things that might not be a big deal could be plumbing or electrical. I often see on a home inspection report things like a broken roof tile or a cracked roof tile. Those are a minor, pretty easy fix. It's around $400 to $500, one roof tile to 10 that need replacing. And then items like your plumbing and electrical, I can see some reports where it seems pretty scary, where there's 10 plumbing items and several electrical items. Sometimes that can seem scary, but the reality is we get a plumber out there to repair all of them, and it sometimes is not a huge cost. It's a pretty easy fix. Same with the electrical. They can look scary, but once you really get the appropriate contractor in there, they're an easy fix. One way to determine if it's a big item or not is to get a bid. A lot of times for my clients, I'll have a plumber go in and prepare a bid for us so we know exactly what we're looking at. Same with the electrical. Then you know what to ask for. It's hard to determine are these big items or not without actually having an idea from the professional on what the cost will be. Once you have an idea of the items you want repaired, you can provide what's called a request for repairs. That's the standard form we have here in Las Vegas. Now keep in mind, everything's negotiable and you must negotiate it during the due diligence period. So this is the time frame to negotiate repairs. The due diligence period is typically 7 to 14 days, but I commonly see right around 10 days. Keep in mind that this is the time frame to have the home inspection, review the report, request repairs, and agree upon repairs. So if you only have 10 days, you need to make sure you're requesting the home inspection to be completed pretty quickly and submitting your request to the seller right away so you have plenty of time to negotiate. The due diligence timeframe is a drop-dead timeframe, meaning time is the essence. So once that timeframe expires, if you still haven't agreed upon repairs, you either need to do an extension on the timeframe or you need to cancel or be okay with the fact that the contract is no longer contingent upon the due diligence timeframe. It's important that your real estate agent keeps you updated on what your timeframe is and when that due diligence expires. I have a pop quiz for you. What is an item that a home inspector will not check? A, the roof, B, the stove, C, the block wall, or D, the blender. The first person to answer correctly will get a shout out from me. Put your comments below. Nevada law requires that any repairs completed during the sale of a home must be completed by the appropriate contractor. For example, plumbing, heating and cooling, and electrical repairs must be completed by the appropriate licensed plumber, HVAC company, or electrician. This is actually Nevada law, and it ensures that the repairs are completed properly. This is in order to protect the buyer and really the seller as well. For smaller repairs, you can do handyman or possibly even the seller completing the repair, but those items are only for general repairs and it cannot exceed $1,000 total. I help my clients by providing licensed contractors and vendors that fit the requirement per Nevada law. Ultimately, by hiring the appropriate Nevada contractor, it not only reassures the buyer that the repairs were done properly, it truly protects the seller against problems in the future. Here's the perfect example. I have a seller right now. We're under contract and we got the request for repairs. This guy is so handy. He's done a ton of things himself and I know he can do it great. But when we got the request, I had a talk with him that Nevada law requires his plumbing items to be completed by the appropriate plumber. We got a bid so we knew exactly what he was looking at. He agreed, so we did agree to the buyer's request for that repair, that the plumbing items be completed by a plumbing company. Well, sure enough, once my plumber went over there, my seller had done all the repairs himself. This was a big deal because now we had to disclose to the buyer that he completed the repairs, not the plumber, and thus did create liability for him. It caused a concern for the buyer and for my seller. The problem is that now if the repairs are not done properly, he has the liability. If you have a professional plumber come out, this way any liability that the repairs weren't completed right falls more on the licensed contractor. So it caused concern for the buyer and it also created additional liability for him. As a buyer, you can protect yourself by looking at the repair receipts that the seller provides and even calling the company if you have questions. You can also have your home inspector come out and do what's called the re-inspection. Most home inspectors are willing to do that. They'll come out and re-inspect the repairs that were completed to make sure they were done properly. This way, you're not just taking the seller's word for it. And that's what we actually ended up doing with my previous example. We had their re-inspector come back out, re-inspect that my seller did the repairs properly, so it kind of relieved a lot of stress for all parties. The key is not to just have the home inspection as a checklist, but to really use it as a tool to protect yourself for your future investment and that you're happy with your home in the future. For more videos about real estate in Las Vegas and Henderson, please make sure to check out one of my other videos on your screen. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.